Hey, what's up YouTube? Greg Nelson here with Love My Garage. I got a little project I'm working on for you today. I've got a 2004 Polaris Sportsman 600. It's a four-wheel drive, a twin-cylinder four-wheeler, and recently it's been having a difficult time shifting into high gear. Now, if you're watching this video, you've probably been reading some posts or some threads online about what happens to these Polaris four-wheelers when they have a difficult time slipping into high gear. It seems like high gear is usually the culprit on these machines. It goes into park just fine, low just fine, reverse just fine. It's just the high gear I'm struggling with. When I go to slide it in high gear, it grinds and grinds, and you've really got to have some patience, and you got to kind of nurse it into gear. Once it's in gear, it stays in fairly well, and you can pretty much do what you want on the machine. But getting it into high gear is the challenge. So I'm going to remove this transmission out of this Polaris Sportsman. I'm going to get it up on my workbench. We're going to crack open the case and dig the gears out of the case and figure out what the problem is. My guess is I'm going to find a gear or a sprocket that's probably got some worn or chipped teeth that's causing this thing to grind as I'm trying to slide it into high gear. So in about an hour, I'll have this thing out up on the workbench and I'll be back with you. We'll take a look at it, find the problem, order some new parts, and get this puppy fixed. Got it all torn apart here. You can see the cavity where the transmission is noticeably absent because I got it torn out and set up here on my workbench, and that was quite a job. So come with me over here for a second. Let me show you what I got. Here is the transmission, the top of the case right there, the remaining of the case right there. It's empty right now because I have torn the guts out. Actually, I didn't tear them out, I just lifted them out. They come out pretty easy. Here's the shifting fork. And I want to show you what I found. Here's the old gear that I just took out. And this gear right here, this is this gear that you're looking at right here. And this is the high gear on the Polaris Sportsman. So this is the new gear right here. This is the old gear that I just took out. It requires a press to take it out. And I want to show you what's happening in these Polarises. This is very common in these Polarises. Now if you look carefully, you'll see that right here, this edge here is beveled. Okay? And it's over here as well. You can see that this edge right here has got a bevel on it right here. And there's three altogether right here that have this little bevel on it. I'm trying to get this so I can show you here. There's another one right there, and you can see there that bevel right here. It's really pronounced. It's beveled. And so the old one has it, and the new one has it. But what the old one has and the new one doesn't is on this other side, this is supposed to be straight right here. And these are chipped. If you can kind of see right there, this edge right here looks like it's a little bit beveled too, and it shouldn't be. And so what's been happening is all of these right here, they got this bevel on this one edge. This bevel's supposed to be here, this one over here is not. And each of these have this beginning of this bevel. And that's when you're pounding that high gear together and it's stripping and grinding, it's rounding off these corners right here. So you'll see on this new one, when this dog gear engages, boy, it's a nice good fit. So what was happening before is as this dog gear was coming to engage in here, it was chipping off on this corner right here, and as that was coming together, then it would slide out because this corner right here has been chipped, as you can see on this old one right here. So I'm willing to bet you the farm that when I put this back together, it'll go like a banshee. So that's what I found. I ran this by the Polaris dealer and showed him this old gear, and immediately he confirmed my suspicion. He said, yep, these bevels belong here. These on this other side don't belong here, and it's been stripping. So, you know, this vehicle's got a couple thousand miles on it, and I take really good care of my stuff, but inevitably, invariably, you know, it's going to wear out, and we use high gear a lot, and I've got kids that use my four-wheeler a lot, and so they're sometimes a little bit less patient in trying to jam it into gear, and so those things happen over time. Not blaming anybody for it. It just kind of happens. It's just wear and tear on the rig. So anyway, these are the dog collars that slide into gear. This is high gear. Right back here is low gear. Here's the dog collar that slides in for low gear. Down here, this is reverse. And this dog collar slides in. The light's kind of bad, but it slides into this other gear right here that you can see. And then this bottom one is park. When that thing drops down, it comes into this case right here. And down at the bottom, you'll see all these deep grooves. The little piece I just showed you slides into those grooves, and it locks that thing into park. So this comes down on these teeth right here. They drop right into the bottom of that case and puts that thing in park. So there you go. This part was $180, and that's a lot of money for one little tiny sprocket. But when you talk about having this four-wheeler that does all the things that it does, that's no big deal. They wanted about $300 at the dealership just to tear this transmission apart, to remove it from here, and to take the lid off and to pull these guts out and lay them on the bench to tell me what was wrong. They wanted $300 to do that. And so I did that myself. It took me about an hour. And then I took this in. I ordered this part for $180. By the way, it was $240 from the Polaris dealership. I found it online from PolarisPartsHouse.com for 100 and whatever I said, 80 or something like that. And I took it down, and this top gear here is pressed on. And so they charged me $25 at the dealership to pull this part off, pull this gear out, put the new gear in, put it back together. So I was happy to pay them $25 to do that for me. So it's ready to go back in, and tomorrow morning I'm going to drop this back in this tranny case, and we'll get it all lined up. And then here's the shift rod that decides what gear it's going to be in, and we'll get that put all back together. So there you go, my 2004 Polaris Sportsman, and many sportsmen that I've heard of. This is high gear, and it's almost always high gear that goes out. So you're about $180 and about an hour taking it apart, probably 2 hours putting it back together again. 3 hours of my time and $180 to avoid what would have been a $700 or $800 bill down at the dealership. So love the dealership. I don't want to beat them up or throw them under the bus, but when you can do something yourself, it's a good way to go. So, hey guys, I'm back. I got the old 2004 Polaris Sportsman 600 put back together. The tranny's right back in its little spot, loving life. I come up here, it's in high gear right now. Come over here, the meter shows high gear, and it runs like a top. So there you go, there's my video on what's wrong with the high gear in the Polaris Sportsman 600. It's a beautiful thing. I just had her out for a ride, and it feels great to have everything working just right. So this is Greg Nelson, Love My Garage. Be sure to check out my other videos at Love My Garage on YouTube. Thanks, YouTube Nation. Have a great day. Bye.